This episode is brought to you by Stanley Steamers. You got a dirty rug?
Everything's cleaner.
That was for you. That was inappropriate for you.
Who has the dirty rug?
Jessica.
I am so glad we live in the South and we believe in air conditioning.
Oh, why?
Because I keep seeing all these things about Europe and how hot it is. And
Oh my God, nobody has air conditioning.
And nobody has air conditioning. And then people being like, I was sleeping upstairs and I came downstairs and slept in the living room and then had to open the door. And I'm just like,
ew.
I would never be able to sleep.
Here's the thing.
I turn my air to like 64 at night.
We put air conditioning on in the winter.
Yes.
Because unless it's like really frigid, I'm like, they're like, it's 50 out. I'm like, yeah, but it gets like stagnant. And I need
the air doesn't move.
I need airflow. It gets like so bad. Yeah, no,
I want to be so cold that I walk around my house in like a sweatshirt.
Do you remember when we went to Seattle and like nobody had air conditioning?
They said something like only 25% of the population
has air conditioning. They're like, we're trying to break into the market and sell air conditioning. And then we went into stores and it was hot as balls.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's only 73. It's not that bad. And I'm like, 73? If it's like above 60, you need AC going.
I'm also like, love people walk in a stationery store and it's hot as shit outside. And you're like, when the cards are starting to curl, like that's a problem.
Yeah, we were at a stationery store. Yeah, it's like, I want that 20 degree difference you get when you go, like,
anywhere.
We're Floridians / Southerners, so it's summer, but we always have like a cardi or a sweatshirt with us,
100%.
Because we're like, I'm gonna go inside and it's gonna be really cold,
freezing.
But that's great.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That 20 degree difference.
Yeah, you need it.
Mm-hmm. When you're inside and it's so cold and you go and you get in your car and it's so warm and you just kind of melt for a minute. It's like being
swaddled like a baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
It is the best feeling ever. Oh. Or you walk inside and the AC hits you and you're just like, oh, thank God.
It's like sweet relief.
Yeah. I don't know how people sleep anywhere else. I really don't.
No.
Yeah.
I think, no.
Well, this is Jessie.
And this is Kiki.
And this is 2 girls, 1 haircut.
Oh my God, we're doing it.
2 girls, 1 haircut, and lots of air conditioning.
All the AC.
Because even in the studio, we turn it up.
We're like,
we are usually wearing some kind of sweatshirt or jacket.
Yeah. When we start doing visuals, people are going to be like, I thought they lived in the South. Because we're always going to have sweatshirts on because we're like, I need it icy.
I know. I love that. We went shopping yesterday and it's June. And I bought 3 sweatshirts.
Yeah, you got a new summer wardrobe, which is 3 sweatshirts.
And a pair of shorts. Which is what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
A sweatshirt.
And shorts.
Yeah,
me too. It's cozy. It's a vibe.
I'm living my best New Englander life.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, am I supposed to ask these questions?
Binky,
welcome to the show where you're the producer.
welcome to the place that we keep so cold that usually you have to wear a toboggan.
You guys talked about how the Europeans and the air conditioning. The thing that blew my mind away, because the World Cup is in the U.S.
Yes.
This week. That's why they're all here, and they're all just going nuts over ranch dressing.
Are they really?
Yeah, did you not see that?
No.
They actually, because they can't fly back with ranch dressing. They're trying to take it back because it's a liquid. They can't fly back with it. But apparently
Did nobody tell them ranch doesn't travel really well?
Yeah,
by the time you get back and eat it, you're going to have poo-poos from the pancakes?
Yeah, I do wonder if that's true. I mean, they apparently have stricter standards as far as health and things.
I
right?
believe that,
So I'm curious if that's one reason they don't have ranch.
There's no way that you can't get like Newman's ranch dressing in Europe.
Well, but think about
so. Maybe just UK,
South America. Maybe, Colombia doesn't have
there's a lot of things Colombia doesn't have. We don't need to start listing it.
They could, but they could smuggle in like the powdered stuff. You think?
Yeah, the stuff that you like mix to make
mix.
Like a homemade ranch. But then they're gonna be like, "What is this white powder?"
That's in Colombia.
I thought you only brought the drugs in, not out. Rub it on your gums, ranch dressing. Oh my God!
Hey, I have some questions for you.
Okay. I guess we could take them.
All right, number one. What is the biggest lie you've ever believed for way too long?
I don't even know.
Santa.
That's what I thought.
I found out last year he's not real.
Wait, he's not?
Spoiler alert, kids.
No. Yeah, I thought Santa immediately. That's what I thought. But then I thought mine's like goes back to like being a fatty, that people are always like, if you just cut calories, there's no reason why you shouldn't lose weight.
Yeah.
Until like science finally started backing it up, and they're like, y'all, calorie reduction does not make you lose weight if you have a fucked up body. And I'm like, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
I have one along the like lines of weight is BMI. That BMI is not an actual health indicator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Don't you
for
love it
so
when-
many years, everybody was like, you have to have a healthy BMI. And you're like, that actually doesn't distinguish between fat and muscle.
Because there are like people who are super ripped and muscly and really healthy, and their BMI is like obese.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, that's.
I know.
Like these things matter.
It's such an antiquated system, and I still want like the lowest BMI. I'm like, I'm hooked
What
for
was it
life.
when we were like the other day? We were trying to figure out how much we'd have to weigh to be within like a healthy BMI.
No, if I get to my goal weight, I will be considered overweight BMI, not regular, or I won't be obese. I'll just be overweight, and that's my goal.
I think I still have to lose like another 100 something pounds, like 100 110 pounds to be considered like my ideal weight.
I think I have to lose like it would have to be like,
and I think that's
25.
I think it's because I'm so short.
Oh yeah, you're so short. Yeah, I'd have to be like 25 to 30. I think to get like into the you're normal.
Yeah.
No one's worried about you.
It's just so.
They should worry about me though.
Well, I'm worried about you, but for
Just saying.
completely different reasons.
Yeah, I get it.
Number two. If you could know the full truth about one unsolved mystery, what would it be?
So I had a different answer before, and then we were talking about
Also, this question, shout out to our Carrollton Ingalls Starbucks baristas.
Yes.
Because several weeks ago when we walked in.
Oh, they're always talking. They always have like a conversation for the day that they're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. And one of our favorite baristas, Micah, was like, you have to like, oh my, we walked in and he was like, oh my gosh, perfect timing. Come join in on this conversation.
Yeah.
And he took us down this rabbit hole and we were like, we couldn't stop thinking about it. So I was like, we need to add this to the question
list and probably do a full episode.
Yes,
on
true
something.
story.
I think the one I thought of today when we were getting our coffee is probably, I was thinking originally like the Serial podcast, which was all about Adnan.
Who really killed...
I want to know that so bad because I just want the answer, because it's like it's not really solved because he went to jail, but like there was so much circumstantial evidence.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and you obviously... I don't talking about don't believe that he did it.
I
so
don't.
then who did it?
I want to know who did it. I just want answers, and that and Jean-Benet, because Jean-Benet, I'm like, every time
I already have that answer. The family.
God, I will watch something on that. It can be like the 100th version of something. I'm like, I'll watch it again. I love it. I just want to know.
Gosh,
do you even have one? And you're like, no.
Well,
you write these questions and you never have answers.
Well, no, the one that I can't get over, like the only thing that comes to my mind is Kennedy.
Oh, well, yeah.
I really just like want to, like, I know they say who shot Kennedy, but I have, like, I think I've talked about this before. Like, there's this theory that, like, actually one of the Secret Servicemen accidentally shot him.
Oh, you told me that. And I was like, no.
And I'm kind of like, I kind of believe it. I kind of could believe it.
There was more than one bullet.
Yeah, Jessica never actually knows anything about the thing she wants to know about. So then when someone tells her a random theory, she's like, oh my God, an octopus killed Kennedy? I believe it because they have lots of arms. They can hold lots of guns.
Number 3. What is one profession you could never imagine yourself doing?
Being a mover for people, like moving companies.
Oh, you'd be so good at it.
I know, but I hate it.
Such a beast.
Rude. It's because I'm the fucking mover of our family.
I know you are. You're so
I know
cute,
when anybody talks about having to move something or do something or relocate something.
Does it just automatically piss you off? Because
Yes.
you're like, you mean me, right?
Yeah,
you mean
because
me. You might as well just say me.
Yeah, they haven't asked me. They haven't said, hey, I was wondering if you could do this, or you're basically the pack mule of the family, so you're going to be the one doing it. They're just like, we're really going to have to move locations. And I'm like, fuck. It's like when you have a pickup truck and everybody wants to borrow your pickup truck for stuff. Like, but I'm the pickup truck. It's awful. I hate it. And I could not do that for a living. I'd kill myself.
I think nail tech. I can't do my own.
You can't.
I can't do my own. I can't really do anybody else's. Like,
yeah, no.
It's just not a skill set I possess. I think my back, I would have like gift basket back from
you
like,
would have gift basket back
from being
all the
bent
time.
over. Yeah.
Gift basket back is when you it was very specific, but it was our friend had a business and they had, among other things, and they would put together these amazing gift baskets, and you're like hunched over, like putting fluff in, filling it, arranging it, like
imagine like Christmas and wrapping presents
and then like tying it off,
and how your back hurts like being bent
like,
over wrapping presents, but all the time.
And we were like, it's a very specific back pain, and it's gift basket back, and it doesn't matter how old you are. We were very young at the time. We were in our early 20s. It's not like we were like, oh, I'm 40 and I have gift basket back.
It just hasn't gotten any
no, it just gets worse.
Age.
It's just like now we just have it all the time, not
like
when we're doing gift baskets.
Yeah, and now it's like you get to Christmas and you're like, I can't wrap presents on the floor. I'll never get up.
Oh, no. We have like a special little table that's like the perfect height, and it's like you're going to wrap your presents on it because you can't have gift basket back when you have to host. No. Old lady.
Number 4, do you think that you are a good judge of character?
Fuck yeah.
No.
I'm the best judge of character.
Jesse's actually the worst judge of character. I am the good judge of character. I'm the like barometer that people bring around. They're like, what do you think? Is this good? Is this person bad? Because Jesse's the worst.
I think I'm the best because I think everybody's great.
Yeah. So. Hence a bad judge of character.
But that means like if nobody's bad and everybody's good, then I'm doing good.
No, I think the fact that we did the Should I Marry a Murderer episode, and you were like, you know what? I'm kind of on the murderer side, means you're a bad judge of character.
I just meant like I could see where they were coming from.
There's no more discussion. You're a bad judge of character.
Let's talk about the fact that yesterday I was like, we were in the car driving, and I said, so when I defend the character that we're going to talk about today, is that going to, like, are you going to be mad at me? And she like full on like grabbed me and was like, I'm not talking about this episode if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I did. Because when you hear what we're going to talk about, you're going to get it. Because it's insane.
So you really are going to defend that person?
No, she's not.
I'm not.
Okay.
I was just fucking around.
Even Pinky's like, wait, what?
No, I was just fucking around just to see what her... It's typical Jessie just trying to see what kind of reaction Kiki's going to give me.
Makes me so mad.
All right, number 5. Do you believe people are generally good, or do you think most people are just good at hiding their flaws?
Jessica thinks they're good.
Yeah,
she
I do.
She's like, they're amazing.
And Kiki thinks everybody is flawed and nobody's good. She's like, yeah.
When I thought about this question, I was like, I'm going to have a negative perspective.
Okay.
But like,
what else is new?
I know. But then I thought about
Welcome to the show.
And if I really dig deeper, welcome to the show. I'm a crazy bitch and I hate everybody. Yeah, welcome. No, I think it's that I think people have good intentions, but when it comes down to it and you have to make a call or do something,
self-preservation
they make terrible decisions, and they're not the good people you think they are.
Do you think
Does that make sense? Like, I can't rely on people to remain the good people they seem they are on the surface, which is kind of like saying they're faking it, and I don't think they're faking it. I just think people
You think that self-preservation comes in and will beat out the moral compass?
For a lot of people. I just don't think people have a really steady character. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm just saying, like...
We know that.
I'm just kidding. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, unfortunately, I get disappointed a lot by people, because even though I go into it being like, I always say to you, expect nothing, and then you won't get disappointed. And it's not to be negative. It's just like, you're never going to get from people what you want. But then, like, it ends up being, I'm right.
I know. And I typically think, like, I go into it with, like, everybody's great.
You do.
Like, everybody's
That's why
nice.
we balance each other out really well in that respect.
Because if it was you, you would talk to nobody.
I wouldn't talk to anybody.
And I would talk to everybody.
It's not always personal, though. It's not like I look at you and I'm like, ooh, you're gross, I don't want to talk to you. I just am kind of like, I don't... it's skeptical. So energy draining for me. I feel like I have my guard up. I feel like they're judging me. And so I'm just, like, tired with it. Like, I get just drained.
You and Tess, I will say,
We're like
have the best radar of anybody I know.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where I know that I don't have good radar, so I don't
But
trust
you
my
take
radar.
us seriously when we tell you.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, but you don't have to have good radar. You just need to have someone in your life that has good radar. And if they have good radar, then you just need to trust them implicitly.
You do. Because I'm telling you, I can get a gut feeling. And I'm like, I can't tell you what it is right now always, but I'm like, dude, this person is not what you think. Don't trust them, blah, blah, blah. And it has always
turned out,
accurate.
you and Tess, it's always turned out. And I will say that it doesn't change me in the sense of like that I don't interact with that person.
No, you're just more calm. You're just like,
yeah, I just
you're not
in the back of my mind, I'm just like,
keep your guard up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just
which is how I go through everything in life.
kind of always be on the lookout.
Yeah. It's like, just don't, yeah.
So, you know how I'm always like coming up with like, alternative names for our show.
Yeah.
So what did we have? It could have been, right now we're Two Girls, One Haircut. Originally when we started, we wanted to be Sisters Not Twins, but that was taken. And then
Two Girls, One Big Bang.
and then when we talked about the murder stuff last week, I was like, I really liked Wicked Recklessness. I was like, that would be a great podcast name.
I've always said like Two Basic Bitches.
Oh, that would be funny as shit.
Yeah, I think there is one.
I was like, we have been talking about a lot of Netflix stuff. We could be called Netflix and Chill.
No. Do you even know what that means?
What do you mean? Do I know what that means?
Jesse. Netflix and
Why
Chill.
are you looking at me like that?
Okay. What do you think that means?
I'm gonna watch Netflix and chill?
No. It's a booty call.
No, it's not.
I can't believe I know this and you don't. But
What do you mean it's a booty call?
Like, I only know this because I'm watching Friends and Neighbors.
Okay.
And the mom sends her daughter thing is like, come over. I thought we could Netflix and chill. And she's like, that's not what you think it means. And she's like watch Netflix and chill. It's like, fuck.
Does it just mean have sex, or is it mean like watch Netflix and have sex?
I don't know if Netflix is actually involved, but I think it's like code. Like, no, we can't have that as our... Oh my god. Netflix and chill. No.
Pinky, that could be our podcast.
Oh god.
Are you serious? That's what it really means?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'll look it up right now.
I don't even understand though, like, how did that happen?
What does Netflix and chill really mean? Inviting someone over with the intention of engaging in casual sexual activity or hooking up.
Shut the fuck
So
up.
it's like how people used to be like, you want to come up for a drink, but nobody meets up in person anymore? That's what I think, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
now, because you're never together in the first place, they're like, you want to come over and Netflix and chill? And they're like, yeah, let's watch some Netflix together on the couch. It'll be total chill vibe. And really, they're like, you want to fuck.
Oh my
Want to fuck? Want to fuck? If you're a Broad City fan, you know that reference. Yeah.
So maybe we don't need to pod that.
I think that's not such a good alternative name for our podcast.
Well, you kind of ruined that for me.
I'm so sorry. Now, we're going to talk about
okay.
Maternal Instinct,
Yes.
the Netflix show, which
Yes.
is why Jesse wants to Netflix and chill. Now,
Just so you know, guys, I named this episode Baby Killers because
that's not funny, but that's tragic.
it's not funny, but it is funny and tragic in the sense of like we're talking about two documentaries.
Hey, breaking news though, real quick.
Yeah.
There is a Netflix and Chill podcast.
Shut up.
Film review podcast that focuses on Netflix original shows, giving the audience a feel on what to watch when you're Netflix and
when you're
chilling.
fucking.
See, we can't even use it. It's already taken.
I literally can't. So we have Maternal Instinct is this Netflix documentary. And I'll say before we get into the meat of the episode, Binky saw it first.
Yes.
And he was like, y'all gotta watch this.
Yep.
It's insane.
And I wish you didn't even give that title, because that really kind of just gives away the story.
A little bit,
I didn't
yeah.
tell you guys anything. I
You
said I
didn't.
can't tell you. I mean, if I tell you one thing, it's going to give it all away.
So you
because-
went out of your way not to tell us anything. You're like, I literally can't give you an ounce of information because it's twists and turns. And I'm like, okay. And then Jessie watched it next, and she was like, oh my God, it's amazing. You have to watch it. We're talking about it on the pod. I can't tell you anything.
Yeah.
I think you talked to Gare about it
I don't remember.
because I'm like, guys, we're going to watch this tonight. So I can, because I got to talk about it on the pod. It's supposed to be really good. I think you'll enjoy it anyways. And Mom and Gary are like, yeah, sounds great. So I go to put it on. He goes, what is this one? And I was like, I don't know, babe. Like, the whole point is I don't know.
Yeah, that we
it's
can't
twist
tell
and
you.
turning.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, no. This is the one with the lady who fakes her pregnancy and then kills another lady and takes her baby.
Oh my God. So he like literally, spoiler alert, ruined the whole thing.
Yep. And I was like, well, I looked at him and I was like, motherfucker. I was so mad.
That's like grounds for divorce
and
right
I
there.
said, excuse me? And he goes, you told me this. And I said, I did not tell you this because
you don't
I
even
literally know nothing about this. And he goes, oh, well, maybe your sister told me. And I'm like, excuse me? The whole thing is I was supposed to go in not knowing anything. So I did not get to see it like the two of you where I didn't know.
God.
I mean, there are a lot of twists and turns and stuff,
Yeah.
but like I didn't get to experience it like that. And I was really mad. I was like,
Because it
excuse
changes
me.
the whole. Like,
It really does, yeah.
It really does, especially that opening scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you already know, then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And I don't think even if you listen to this and then you watch it, you'll be like, oh, ruin it. Because it was still amazing. I'm just saying they wanted me to see it without knowing anything.
Yeah, that opening scene, you're sympathetic.
Yeah.
to that character.
No, if anything, you're frustrated because you're
frustrated.
like, what
what's
the
wrong
fuck is
with
wrong
the
with this cop?
and
Yeah.
the doctors? Yeah.
Yeah. So this, again, Netflix documentary follows the shocking 2020 case of Taylor Parker, a Texas woman who lives in New Boston, which I thought was really a fun...
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name for a community. I was like,
In Texas.
New Boston in Texas, which is also on the Oklahoma border.
So confusing on so many levels.
She spent months convincing everyone around her, including her boyfriend, obviously, that she was pregnant. And this elaborate deception escalated until she murdered 21-year-old Reagan Simmons Hancock, who was 7 months pregnant, and attempted to steal her unborn daughter to pass off as her own baby. Now, the documentary, like, doesn't just, like, I will say the murder of Reagan, unfortunately, is a very small piece of the documentary. It's probably only, like, the last 20 minutes.
Well, like, her family's talking throughout it, but they're not talking about the
But you
murder.
really don't-
They're just saying
yeah.
how, like, they know the perpetrator.
Yeah.
And you don't know why
Yeah.
it's related to anything.
Exactly.
And then at the end, they're like, oh, and then she killed my daughter. And you're like, wait, what?
So rather than just focusing on the crime itself, the documentary spends time, you know, kind of mulling over, like, Taylor's web
I
of
do get that,
lies
though,
and the
because-
manipulation and how people miss the warning signs and all that kind of stuff.
This girl's crazy.
She is certifiable.
Oh,
which is why when I was like, if I defend her, what are you going to say? And you were
No.
like, absolutely not.
I was so mad.
But spoiler alert, she was convicted of murdering Reagan
Mm-hmm.
and is currently the youngest woman on death row in the state of Texas.
That's so crazy.
And I will say, we've talked about it here before. Like, we're not death row advocates.
We're not.
I have mixed feelings about it.
Oh, I'm not a death row advocate at all, but I will tell you.
But I get it.
I was so we like to be funny. I just want to like blanket statement say we make jokes and stuff. We do not think that what she did is funny in any way.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
I was sick when I watched it.
Yeah,
I literally
100%.
I rarely actually feel like sick when I watch a documentary or like viscerally affected. Not like I'm desensitized. I'm just like more fascinated by it and like tell me about it. I want to learn about it. And I was like at the end I was sick.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
I think especially because of the brutality.
So if we make a joke here or there,
Yeah.
it's not to be offensive, or it's mainly because we have to lighten it a little bit because
Have some
it's a
levity.
very heavy story.
Now, she did prolong a scam, but I don't think it was made clear, and correct me if I'm wrong, if she had planned that from the start or if she's like...
She had not.
She finally
Yeah.
got pushed because she's like, well, shit, I got to do something now.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like the whole thing is like she's a chronic liar. She lies about
like
everything.
our president.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Wait.
I know I'm always like, don't get political. And I'm like...
That's okay because it takes place in small town Texas, and Mom's like, they're all Trump voters. And I was like, ugh, she's right.
You're like, I mean, she's not wrong.
We say that because they believe anything.
True story.
It does not make small town Texas look good. Just
No.
from the get-go, it makes Texas look terrible.
It does.
It makes like everybody in Texas look like a fucking idiot. Like, I'm sorry, we've lived in Texas. It is not a depiction of Texas, but does it make everybody in Texas look stupid? Yes.
It really
I'm
does.
not saying that that's what Texas is like. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's not a good depiction, this tiny town. And she's a chronic liar. She lies about everything. She's lied about having cancer. She's lied about having a stroke. I guess she's one of these people, like, she has personality disorders, which we can get into, because I had watched a whole thing on her personality disorders.
Oh, did you?
Because you know me. I'm like, what's her problem?
Oh,
because it's
and
very
I will
specific.
say, I'm glad you said that, because one of the things that, like, when I was like talking to you and I was thinking about the sympathetic thing, it's not that I'm sympathetic towards her as in like I understand. It's more that I want to understand the crazy that would drive somebody,
I do too.
Because obviously someone in their right mind would never do this, right?
No.
Like, I think it's easy to say she's crazy, but then, like, let's define what crazy is.
Yes.
Because again, normal people don't cut other people open and then claim that their baby is their own, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
so
that
like,
doesn't happen.
They kind of open it with like, you're like, this is Taylor.
I did find out that there's only been like 15 cases, like, in the past 40, 50 years of like that, where a woman is like cut open and the baby is ripped from them.
I can't even believe there's that many.
It's so uncommon.
Yeah. So,
and before like the 80s, there was none, like no documented cases of it.
well, because people didn't know how to do it.
And now the internet.
Another reason why the internet's terrible. But if you're listening to this on the internet, it's amazing. No, so like it opens up with this girl Taylor. They're like, oh, you know, I was friends with Taylor. Da da da. I feel like the crux of it is that she's a chronic liar, like I said, and they talk about how it all she had other bad relationships with people, but this story kicks off with this guy Wade, is that his name?
Wade Griffin,
who she meets like at a rodeo, I think, or something. And
I mean, that's legit Texas right
and
there.
And she's someone, they say, that like she'll meet you first time and she's kind of like reflects personality back to you, which is a psychopath thing. I don't know if you know that. It's like psychopathic. It's like
I thought the whole idea of like behavior mirroring was like supposed to make somebody feel at ease with you.
It does, but people with psychopathy do that. Psychopaths. Okay. Psychopathy usually is because they don't have normal emotions, and so to get through life, they mirror what they see.
Okay.
Like, they will mirror.
I love armchair psychology.
I know. I'm like, I'm sorry. If you're mad at me about this, get over it, people, because I'm like an armchair psychologist. I'm obsessed with this kind of stuff.
I love it.
So she...
full disclosure, I know nothing.
So she does that, like, a lot, right? Like, that's how she gets in with people. Like, people are like, oh, I just met her, and she made me feel like we were so close, and I know her so much, and it was amazing. And so she dates this guy, and they're, like, hot and heavy, fast.
Yeah, very fast.
I would say she's definitely more into it than he is.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah, he later on said that he didn't love her. I mean,
I know.
but he
I
did
have that written down.
Up, isn't
you
it?
find out later that he never said "I love you" to her.
No, he said "I love you." He just never. He said
No,
he
I don't
never
think he
meant
did
it.
say it.
No, he never says "I love you."
Yeah.
He said, "I never told her I loved her."
Told his mom he didn't love her. I mean, while they were together.
And I'm like, this bitch is crazy on her own,
See,
but
I
you
wanna
drove
be
her
like,
more crazy.
Thank you. I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, and you are the cherry on the fucking cake.
I think that he should be held liable for quite a bit.
I mean,
I don't know how you can't hold that up in a court of law, but I'll get to that because I have a lot of feelings about him.
oh my gosh.
So,
but no, let's talk about how the opening scene is literally a cop pulling up behind somebody.
she's driving recklessly.
She's driving
to get to a hospital.
Yeah, and
She's
it's
holding-
her crying in the car, saying, "I'm trying to get to the hospital."
holding a baby, a newborn
baby,
tiny
with
baby,
the placenta and the umbilical cord still attached.
Yeah.
And she's like, I gave birth on the side of the road and I need to get to the hospital.
He walks up and he's just kind of like, almost like she's lying, but she's holding it all in front of him.
Yeah.
And she's like, can you just put me in your car and drive me as fast as you can to the hospital?
And
just
I was
get
like,
me to the
what
hospital.
the fuck is wrong with this cop?
And he's like, ma'am, please. Like you're a crazy lady.
Also, like most, Binky, am I right in this? Like most police officers are trained on some level of like CPR and
Yes,
stuff
how to
like
do stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Basic,
Check vitals.
Basic EMS stuff.
Well,
I was
think
like,
about what we found out later on in the documentary about why he may have been pulling her over.
See, here's the thing. My question is, did he... we're going out of order. Did he know that had happened?
That's what I'm suggesting, because we didn't know that at the beginning, so he may have looked like a buffoon.
I know, but
we learned later on in the show that
like,
they were actually pursuing her.
Yeah, but I guess I'm still thinking you still see a baby
that needs help.
Yeah,
they're like, well,
exactly.
EMS will be here in a minute, so you're better to just wait. And it's just so crazy.
I feel like all that goes out the window when you see a baby that's not breathing. Right.
Yes,
or
you're
struggling.
like, no matter what happens,
exactly.
the baby's like...
You're like, it doesn't matter who the baby belongs to. We still have to save the baby, which unfortunately, the baby does not get saved. The baby dies.
So, but this
I hate that because I'm like, is some of that because of like how this cop responded and like they didn't get it to help
I think it's
because
it was a preemie and she was crazy. But like, so all of this like happens or starts to happen because she's dating this guy Wade, and she lies about everything. She tells him she's like an heiress and she has an oil money and all this stuff, and she's like, when I get my money,
and I'm like, yeah, me too, bitch.
my mom is trying to stop me from getting it from my grandma,
my
and
inheritance.
all this stuff. And we're like, okay. She goes out and buys like cars and all this stuff and trucks, and like gives her like, not mother-in-law because they're not married, but let's just call her mother-in-law, like a car and everything because she was looking for a car. And they try to buy a pecan farm. I mean, and these are like small town, like this guy, he's just a farmer. He doesn't want a lot. It's not like he's getting into this relationship with her for.
Yeah.
She's just like, I think she's like obviously a liar. She's crazy. She's trying to like constantly.
She needs love. She needs attention.
Yeah. And she needs outside validation. And then, of course, the lies are starting to fall apart. Like, they don't get the property. They repo the cars.
See, and I feel like the property falling through. So, like, she says she's going to get this $8 million inheritance, right? And they go and, like, put an offer on, like, this farm, this $4 million, 500-acre piece of property in, like, Oklahoma or something like that, like, right over the border. And then they're, like, going to, you know, write checks for, like, escrow and stuff like that. Now, the thing is, I think you could, like, reason away like that falls through, right?
Yeah,
that doesn't happen. Like for whatever reasons. Oh, my mom, she's being a bitch. She's trying to keep me
that her
from
mom
my inheritance,
was trying to keep her from her inheritance.
But
which, like legally, that's not possible.
But the buying your air quotes mother-in-law a car and it getting repoed 3 weeks later because she never bought it. Like, how do you explain that away?
Well, and
that's
like,
the one that I'm like.
Some of the things I'm going to reference when we talk about this is like I watched Criminally Obsessed. I don't know if you've ever heard of that podcast.
I have.
Okay, I like her a lot. I think she actually has multiple podcasts.
I was going to say, she did an episode on this, right? Didn't she?
She interviewed a psychotherapist.
Yeah.
And asked her about this girl.
Oh, so you listened to it.
So I watched it.
Okay.
Because I was like, I need to, like, you Google it and it's like, what is wrong with Taylor Park? It's like, what is wrong with this girl?
And you're like, so many things.
And they're like, yeah. And so she says to her at one point, asking the psychologist, like, is it that she's like really smart and she thinks she's gonna outmaneuver all these people, or is it just doggedness? And like doggedness is like the persistent determination and stubborn refusal to give up, right? Like she doubles down, right? Like she's a double downer. She just keeps going. And she was like, well, I don't think it's intelligence. She's like, it's definitely doggedness. She's like, you can be highly manipulative without being intelligent.
Okay.
Which I always think of them like going together, but she's like, they're not mutually exclusive. Like you don't have to have it together. And I was like, oh, and there's also this thing called duping delight.
So you get
where somebody
duping somebody?
And they're like, sometimes you'll see it like in different forms. Like you can see it really small and you can see it largely. Like where if somebody was like a murderer and they're at the trial or they're like at the scene of the crime and they're like, are you okay? And they're like, and they kind of like have a smile and stuff. And it's like, yeah, they're getting off that they're like tricking.
Huh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like a lot of serial killers. Cause you know, like, they come back.
They
to
always
the
think they're
scene of crime.
smarter.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, let me help you and stuff. It's like,
yeah. She was like, this is one of my favorite phrases, like, or terms. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
That is.
And so
I've never heard that, but that's really cool.
So, you know, they have all these things that fall apart and you're like, clearly she's lying. And then she says she's pregnant, which is the crux of the
meat and potatoes of the episode.
So she's like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, and I think obviously she fakes it because she wants to keep him around.
Yeah.
And he's like,
well, and I think she's hoping
he's a bit like, I'm cooling on you, and you don't find out till later that he like never told her he loved her and stuff. And she's like obsessive clingy, and he's like, I mean, he's just not. This guy is such a dud.
Thank you. That's all I kept thinking too.
He lump on a log. The kid doesn't talk. He barely talks. He falls for everything. Are you ready for this? She fakes her pregnancy. She says that she gets to 10 months pregnant. Okay, y'all, you don't go past 9. Maybe 9 months and a day, okay? And he's never seen her pregnant belly.
Well, he said
just soak that in.
He said that she didn't want to be naked because she was uncomfortable in her
Even
body.
the psychologist was like, "You're fucking like, are you kidding me?" Like she's like, "What father?" She's like, "Doesn't it say something that he doesn't want to like be more involved and see the pregnant belly of his like relationship?"
But I've said this before. People will believe anything they want to believe. I think that they want to believe desperately enough, or can convince themselves of believing.
I think that as we talk about this, you should think about this, because I think he should be like held in like contempt for like complete negligence of like holding her accountable for anything, because everyone in the family steps up and says something, and he's like, "Nope, nope, I'm not, nope," and he just doesn't want to deal with it. He just goes out and works all day, and he doesn't want to deal with it. Yeah. And it drives me nuts.
And so you find out later that, like, she can't have a baby because she's had a hysterectomy. She's had 2 kids.
Her former friends who are not friends with her anymore, because they're like, "That bitch is crazy." They're like, "She's had a hysterectomy." It's a small town. The doctors...
That's all I kept thinking. Is this a small town?
How is this
such
not
a small town? How is it not getting around? And I get it.
The doctors have seen it.
And they can't talk about it because of HIPAA.
No, I get that. They're like, the doctors who know this are like, "Well, we see that she's telling people she's pregnant. We know she can't be. She had a hysterectomy here." She already has 2 kids that she doesn't take care of. They barely acknowledge that in the documentary, and that kind of bothered me. They kind of say it again at the end. They're like, "Yeah, why would you want another? You don't take care of your kids." Like, she's uninvolved in her children's lives. Like, they're just not around. She's living with Wade at some point, and they're just like, I don't know who's taking care of her kids. Maybe like an aunt or something. It's crazy. And so they're like, "Well, with HIPAA, we can't go around and say, we know she has a hysterectomy and she can't have babies."
But did you think about it? They talk about it on the documentary. How can they talk about it on the documentary because of HIPAA?
I'm like, know.
Did Taylor give consent for you to talk about it, or is it because it's all part of
it's all
like,
public knowledge?
The court
now?
Like
I
record.
don't know. So
you get what I'm saying? Though, like I got so hung up on like, how are they legally allowed to talk about this?
His family, all different people, friends of his, they're all like, "She's not pregnant. We talked to friends of him. I'm telling you, it's a lie." He refuses to acknowledge it, and she
loses friends over it. And actually, like, these doctors are so concerned that they put a code pink on the hospital, which is like they afraid that someone's going to steal a baby, because they're like, "She's been doing this for 9 months. She's erratic. She doubling down.
She's doubling down. She's so dogged that they're like, she's going to try to come and kidnap a baby." Now, why can you tell?
Past the point of like her faking a miscarriage.
See, and they say, "Oh, with HIPAA, you can only violate HIPAA if somebody is in danger." Like, if it could put somebody in danger, I'm like, you should have been able to go to the cops and been like,
"Yeah, you're like, this is going to potentially put some," because you know she's going to like do something extreme.
You think it's bad enough to do a code pink, but you don't think it's bad enough to reach out to a law enforcement officer and be like, "Hey, this seems unhealthy."
And I think too, like what's like I struggled with as well is, you know, they like some people got in touch with Taylor's mom at the end, and like the mom confirmed, yeah, she had a hysterectomy. Why is that not enough? Like,
I know.
Why is...
because she set the scene that her mom was a liar from the get-go. Like, from the beginning, she's like, "My mom's a liar, my mom's a liar, she's trying to ruin my life." So they're like, "Well, she's a liar."
Yeah.
But, so, she's on, like, 10 months of being pregnant, and she's, like, Google searching how to adopt a baby. How to find a baby. Where can I get a baby? Like,
how to give somebody a C-section.
Comes to find out that for a job, she's been doing photography for like weddings and stuff. And they're like, that totally tracks, because she inserts herself into everybody's like best days. And she's like, gets all into it. And it's almost like reflects back on her.
Yeah.
Right. And she met this girl who she did her wedding. And this girl is pregnant. And she's like loosely stayed in touch with Reagan throughout it. They were like, she was so nice at the wedding.
But they said
she was
like
amazing.
She really fit in with the wedding party. You almost felt like she was a bridesmaid.
She's a chameleon.
Because she's that person.
She can just fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
She's really good at just kind of like going with the flow and making people comfortable. And so they kind of stayed in touch. And like, I guess she decides she's going to take this girl's baby.
Yeah. As in,
cut it out of her.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh my God.
I can't.
So we'll pause really quick and I'll tell you about her mental problems.
Okay, sure.
Because then we can, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this lady's amazing. I learned the term.
The lady from the show, not
the psychiatrist from.
Okay.
I would say go watch. It's like 20-something minutes. Criminally Obsessed. You can see it on YouTube or listen to it. And it's a great. She really gets into it, but like I'm going to give you surface level.
Yep.
But she talks about this thing in psychology called the dark tetrad. Overlapping of 4 highly toxic traits.
Okay.
And they also have the dark triad, which would be 3. But when you get the 4th in there, it's like a real extreme, not as common.
Okay.
So each of these traits exist on a spectrum, but when combined and elevated, the individuals like who are they're like more exploitative and remorseless and aggressive, right? So it's like a perfect storm.
Gotcha.
So you have narcissism. We all know that. It's like excessive grandiosity, strong sense of entitlement, constantly hungry for attention.
I mean, that
clearly
all tracks. Yeah.
Her line, like we see that.
Yep, that all tracks.
Machiavellianism.
Okay.
Which involves strategic deception.
That's like the manipulation.
Yeah, the
right?
manipulation, ends justify the means approach, right? Like, it doesn't matter what I have to do to get it. I'm going to get to the end and I'm going to manipulate. Psychopathy, which is like a psychopath, right? So it's like marked with extreme impulsivity, profound lack of empathy, callous disregard for social norms, rules, well-being of others, right?
Okay.
Very self-centered, but in a way that they just don't really consider other people. And then the 4th, which makes it the tetrad. So those are like the triad.
Okay.
The 4th.
So just to recap, we
narcissism.
have full of oneself, manipulative.
Yep. And then kind of like lack of empathy.
Yeah.
Like
just more focused on like what's happening to you.
Yeah.
Which is kind of narcissistic, but
in a different light. Less
like
of an ego, more of a
less worried about like the outcome.
Yeah.
Of like what the impact is.
Don't have any empathy for others. Don't worry. They're not worried about you. If they do something and it hurts you, they're like, I don't care.
All right.
And then there's sadism.
Oh.
Which there's a lot of ways to define sadism, but she says she kind of defines it as they're able to inflict extreme pain on people. Because a lot of times you hear it's like deriving pleasure from people being physically in pain or whatever, or emotional or social pain, but she kind of just says they can inflict pain.
So it's more like you can inflict pain and you don't, it's almost like you were saying, like you don't feel you don't feel any remorse.
They're able to do heinous acts, basically.
Yeah. And then really kind of numb out.
And when you think about that, all of that, and then you think about the fact that she's been doubling down on her lie that she's pregnant. Her boyfriend, whatever, Wade, is just like oblivious and won't do anything.
Is not leaning in.
He's emotionally checked out.
Yeah. Oh, hands.
Even though
hand down.
everybody else in the family's like, this is going to come to a head, and we've been telling you, and you're not listening. She's bought like all this stuff for babies and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like they have stuff in their house. It's like,
well,
it's going to catch up with you.
Because, I mean, if you're being dogged and you're doubling down on this, of course you're going to have
and
stuff
her
for the
saying
baby.
that she's not intelligent, I think is hilarious, because when she's like, I'm pregnant, and she sounds like the report, it's from like 2014 and
2016.
Oh, 2016. And she leaves the date at the top, and like one of the girls, like the friend of the family, is like, this says 2016. And she's like, oh, wait, what? Like, she's not even really good at being sneaky.
No, and then she's like, oh, yeah, they sent out like 100 or 200 bad ones today.
Bad
and I was
reports.
like, why wouldn't you just, I was like thinking about the lie I would tell, which is like,
me
I don't
too.
know what that says about me.
No, I do the same thing.
But I was like, I would be like, oh, they have, this is where I did my last
had
pregnancy.
my last one.
Yeah, they sent
me the last one.
Yeah, they sent the wrong one.
I would have said the same
That's a
thing.
better lie.
It's a much better lie.
What the fuck?
She's so dumb, y'all. She's evil and she's really dumb.
If you're going to be evil, I'm going to need you to be smarter.
Yeah, I need you to be a little smarter about it. Like, raise the bar, right?
Yes.
For everybody.
There's a reason the term evil genius exists. Like, I'm gonna need you to like step it up.
Oh, and this doctor, she says, I would really like to differentiate and say that these are not the same thing. Having a mental illness and a personality disorder.
I did see that, and I thought that was
like,
a really
yes, because she's like, yes, you can have both, right? You can have a personality disorder, which is all the things I was just describing.
Okay.
You can also have mental illness, which is like depression, anxiety, OCD. That's a mental illness, all those kinds of things. And she's like, you can have them separate. You can also have them together. So she could, yes, also be depressed. Yes, also be anxious. But she's like, I really want to make a distinction. And I think that's the first time I've actually ever heard anybody
someone say that.
And I really liked
not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah, she's like, they're not. Like, they are kind of on different ends of the spectrum with mental health.
Okay.
And you can have both, but one does not indicate that the other will be there.
Interesting.
Right? Like, just to like, because I think people like to lump all, even me sometimes, like I like to lump it all in together. And it's like, no, personality disorder and mental illness is different.
Well, and I think the reason it's so easy to like intertwine the two is because you're like, okay, if you have this personality disorder, you must not be mentally well, right?
Yeah,
so
you're like, you're mentally ill, but a mental illness is like depression, anxiety. Yes.
Yeah.
The terminology can get so muffled and mixed together.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And so I think then when we say that her idea now is that she was at this girl's house the night before, hanging out with her, goes over the next day, cuts the baby out of her stomach, and the doctor said he was sick because the way she did it was extremely painful. Like,
would have been extremely painful.
Yeah, like, and also, I don't really understand how they're done, but he said something about like moving the uterus and all that, and he was like, it would have been extremely painful for her. He's like, on top of
there was
everything
something
else,
like 113 like lacerations.
Oh my God, really?
Oh yeah, it was. I
didn't even know
it was.
That.
The scene would have had to have been literally a bloody mess.
That poor mother.
Yeah.
Discovering her daughter.
Did you hear the audio?
Yes.
When she's when you talk about like feeling sick to your stomach.
That's why I was sick.
Yeah. Because
they play
like hearing
the 911 call audio.
Distraught.
And it's in the background. Like,
and the mom's name is Jessica.
Yeah, it is. And they do muffle it a little bit and stuff.
But hearing the wails and the like...
the guttural.
Yeah, that is what got me. I was like, oh my God.
You can't not hear it, though, because it's part of it. And you're like...
Also, did you think it was weird? Like, okay, so we find out the mom is dead. Like, Reagan is dead inside. The baby...
Yeah, so like she has cut the baby out. Obviously, Reagan is dead from this.
Yes. But the daughter's inside. Reagan's firstborn daughter is inside. She's like 3.
So they find out, they're like, Reagan didn't come to work or something like that. I haven't heard from Reagan. And they figured out pretty quick, actually.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where it's like a day later and they're like, it's been 8 hours and no one's heard from Reagan. Like, they're all really close and everyone's heard stuff and the work calls and they're like, we don't know where she is.
And they're like, oh, the granddaughter wasn't dropped off at daycare.
So she goes to the house and she says she knows immediately something's wrong because the garage door is open. And I'm like, I get that, because it's like, if you know your family, you know when something's off.
Yeah. It's like if I pulled up to your house and the garage was open, I would be like,
WTF?
I would be like, that's weird.
You would totally be able to tell if something was going on.
Yeah. That and the chapstick spinning.
That's right.
Deep cut.
Deep cut. And so she's like, I go in and her poor mother finds her and obviously is so distraught and calls 911 and stuff. It doesn't even, I don't think, clock at the moment about the granddaughter. No shade.
But then
she has
when
been
the
traumatized.
stepfather's there and he said he couldn't go in.
He couldn't step over. He has to. So the stepfather gets there, but he's very close with her. I mean, I don't feel like you have to qualify that, but I'm just saying it's her stepfather.
Then to be
but
like,
they're very
he
close.
couldn't go in the house to get the grandbaby.
He sees her. She tells him, "Don't go and look." Which I'm like,
and he's like, "I have to go look."
And she's like trying to do him a solid. She's like, "You don't want that image
in your mind.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to get it out.
You won't." And
I think I'd have been like, okay.
Yeah, I would have been like...
Until I realized the baby was in there. And then I'd have been
so he goes in, he's upset.
I say baby, but the 3-year-old daughter.
He's upset. He comes back out. And then they're like... like a neighbor's there. And they're like, oh, God, the baby is in there. The 3-year-old. We got to go get her out. We got to find her. They were like calling for her. And she wouldn't come, understandably.
And the friend goes in and gets her.
He says, I can't step over her body.
Yeah. The stepdad's
like, I can't step over her body to go get the grandkid. And I'm like, I would do it.
I would do it.
I think it's hard to say in the scenario, but I'm like,
but
I don't
Kiki,
care.
I think
that
about
it's a-
you. If you were,
I would want
dead
you to go
inside,
get my fucking kid.
That's what I was going to say.
That's what I was
If
thinking.
my niece was inside,
I feel like that trumps
and
the upsetting factor
does.
of what you're experiencing.
I mean, I think I'd make her close her eyes because I wouldn't want her.
You don't want
to
her
see
seeing
that. And if I could
anything.
take her out a different way, that's what I would do. But I'm like, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I don't think that there's anything that would stop me from going and getting her.
I agree. I feel like your maternal paternal instinct like
would kick in,
and you're like, I gotta do what I gotta fucking do to get this kid.
and like I guess that's me being judgy. Like, what the
It
fuck?
is,
Why can't you do that?
But they did have a neighbor there.
Yeah.
Like a literal, like, next door neighbor, and he went in and did it.
Yeah.
And he was even like, that
and she
poor
like
guy
jumped into his arms and stuff like
sees
that.
she's hiding on a bed under a sheet. He says her name. She clocks him and runs into his arms, off the bed, jumps, flying into his arms. And he was like, even him talking about it, he's
I
like
know.
so traumatized. And he's so upset. I kind of thought that was strange. But then, you know what's so crazy? So they have this.
I was like, what? What's
All
so
of
crazy?
this is so insane. But you know what really threw me?
What?
They have the funeral for Reagan, and they use a photo that Taylor took.
I thought the same thing.
They have a picture from the wedding.
Because, again, full circle, she was the wedding photographer.
She was the wedding
every
photographer.
picture of them as a couple at the wedding would have been a
They
picture.
don't have any other picture of her, just
I know,
her.
I
It
did
doesn't
think
have to be
that.
the wedding party. It can
I know.
be
It
just
could have been like
her.
Yeah.
Just her. And I'm like, and you take this fucking bitch's picture, and that's the one you're going to use
I
of
know,
your
I did think
daughter.
the same thing.
I know that is like a stupid, doesn't matter thing, but it upset me. This is the first thing I noticed, and it upset me so much.
I know. I thought the same thing. I was like, really? There's nothing else? Like, you can't do...
I'm like, you can't find anything else.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I was just so upset at the end. I kept feeling like they pull Wade into a room and they're like, after everything's gone down, and they're like, hey, we just want you to know that she's been arrested.
Yeah.
She cut open a woman, took the baby out of her.
Yeah.
I don't say tummy, but it's not tummy, whatever.
Womb.
And womb, killed her and tried to pass the baby off as her own. And the baby is now dead as well
And
as the
his
woman.
response, I feel like, is just as bad as like...
his response is like, you just told him that, we're going to have to cancel Friday night plans because we're busy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even know what to say, but okay.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
And he's like, I mean, I guess my family was right.
Oh my God. I want to punch that guy in the face.
His reactions throughout the entire episode just piss me off.
They piss me off so much.
Even when he doesn't know shit's gone down and she calls him on the phone and
Oh
she's
my
like,
God.
I've had the baby, I'm on the way to the hospital, and he's like, well, let me wrap up what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you
now,
fucking
she
kidding
set
me?
him on a wild goose chase.
Yes.
She was like, we're going to go to the hospital to have the baby and be induced. And she's like, what? But first you have these hogs you need to sell. So we're going to go sell these hogs and then we'll go to the hospital. And I'm like, nobody fucking does that. If you're actually pregnant, you're not like, let's go sell this stuff and then go to the hospital. That's already like the 100,000th red flag of that she's not really pregnant.
The problem is these red flags aren't red flagging because everything's a red flag.
Everything. It's
when
a
everything's
walking red flag.
When everything's a red flag, nothing is a red flag.
I know. And he's like, and then so when they're supposed to be leaving, she's like, babe, I'm not feeling well. You go on without me and I'll meet you at the hospital. And he's like,
I just got
okay. And
something
I'm
I
like,
gotta
don't
do.
you think right then you should have been like, I'll contact that guy? I feel like he knew she wasn't pregnant and he didn't want to deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
he
like
just kept waiting
100
for the moment.
And he says like, oh, I didn't know. I thought they were lying. I'm like, no, dude, you fucking knew and you didn't want to deal with it. You didn't want to have to break up with her. You didn't want to have to deal with it because you're just a bump on a log. You're just sitting there. It just drives me nuts.
I mean, I'm with you. I think he has some culpability in all this.
I think he has a lot of culpability.
Do I think it's enough to like...
No, it's not enough to actually do anything about it, but I feel like and a lot of the other people are like, yeah, I feel responsible. I should have done something.
Yeah.
I should have spoken up. I should have, and because even on the criminally obsessed, the psychologist or whatever, she was like, yeah, people should have probably spoken up.
Would you? Okay, so...
Yes.
Well, so here's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so we have kind of a mutual friend, and you find out that this person is doing this, right? Like that she's saying she's pregnant, but there's no physical way she could be. Do you insert yourself in it?
It depends how far along it goes. If it's like he's still with her and it's like 8 months in,
because
they do a gender reveal.
Well, here's the thing though, like I did think about that because I was like, if I saw somebody who I knew couldn't have a baby who did a gender reveal, they could in theory be having somebody else have the baby for them.
She's walking around pregnant in it.
I'm just saying, like, if you're just seeing, like, just the, like, it's a girl or something, like, you don't know, like, if someone's having a surrogate or, like, you may not see the whole picture, right? Like, and I say picture as in big picture, right? Not, like, literal picture. You know, so it is possible that you're like,
we got away from her and she's so crazy. I don't want to get back involved. But at the same time, like, the friends and mother came to you and you, like, I don't know if they asked her, like, will you talk to Wade? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they told Wade and he didn't believe it. And it's like...
And I guess part of it, too, is that, like, if I'm defending, not Taylor, but the girls who didn't speak up and say anything, is that you may think she's crazy, air quotes crazy. You may think she's manipulative, but you may not think she's a murderer,
well,
right?
Yeah,
like, there's plenty of people in this world who are manipulative and don't kill people.
No, I don't think they thought it would get...
Yeah,
that far. But, you know, the doctors were worried because they did the code pink. So it's like, clearly some people were like,
this is going to be an issue.
It's just, you got to watch it.
Also,
if you haven't seen it. It's
I
so
feel
good.
like one of the worst things that they don't really touch on a lot, but it happens at the end. They say the parents found out on Facebook from a news media outlet that the their daughter Reagan, that the baby had died and been cut from the womb.
Yeah, so
they didn't know.
It was such a bloody scene. They just
she was
see
like,
Reagan and they think she's
pregnant.
dead. They're like, I don't know if the baby's like alive, but she was pregnant. And then they find out because it's released like publicly that the baby was cut out of their daughter and they had no idea.
Yeah.
That's how bloody the scene was. They couldn't tell.
But how fucking fucked up is that?
That's so typical that shit happens.
But it bothers me
I know.
on such a like deep level.
That's also because it's a small town and they don't have a proper like PR management of the police.
I know, but oh my gosh. Also, here's the other thing I will say, like from the like lawyer standpoint of Jessica's not a lawyer, but like these are things that I think about.
Okay.
When the cops come in and talk to her and they're like, when this doctor comes in and looks at you, is he going to see that you've had a baby?
Oh,
I'm like, first off,
acts. She plays really well.
First off,
like
I wouldn't let you go down there, even if I had a baby. Second of all, if you go down there and look, there is nothing like she's not under arrest. There is no way legally the doctor would be able to come in, look at it,
and tell
see
them?
She didn't have a baby, and be able to tell the police.
I never thought about that.
But she allowed it, though. She didn't fight it.
Yeah, but is that still HIPAA violation?
But did she give actual consent?
She didn't say, you can tell them I'm pregnant.
You can tell
or not.
them. Yeah, she can consent to like the doctor looking at her. But and they didn't show it obviously. But there's nowhere.
He doesn't come out and say he's like, yep, I don't think a baby came out of there. I mean, what a fucking redneck.
The doctor literally is like saying that as he's walking out of the room.
She's right there, in front of her,
so like haphazardly. And I was like, how is that admissible?
I don't even know.
That wouldn't, in my mind, that wouldn't be admissible. She's not under arrest. There's privacy
wasn't admissible.
laws.
It probably
and
wasn't even part of the trial.
You get what I'm saying,
yes,
though. I'm
because
like,
we're just seeing cam footage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think it was part of the trial. They're just like, this is what we were like. They're like talking and they're like, is this your baby? And she's like, I've had a stroke before. And they're like, and they're like talking to her. And I mean,
the thing is, all you have to do is a DNA test between the two.
Apparently, you can go on YouTube and see like the whole hospital discussion with her.
No. Oh my God, I would love to see that.
I know. It's like the whole cam video. And I'm like, because it's obviously you get cuts of it on the documentary. So, yeah.
Well, and I mean, I'm just like, you did blood work. You know she's not pregnant, right? Because like her HCG
it's really easy
levels
to tell.
are like like they're not even elevated. They're not existent, right? Like you know, but it's like, I don't know.
This is
just
so
like,
random. Do you think
like it was such small town piss poor handling of the situation?
So like she clearly,
I say that from someone who lives in a small town.
When she's in the car and holding the baby after she's done this heinous act, she doesn't have the belly on.
Yeah, I know.
Did she wear the belly over to her friend's house when she was about to kill her?
And then,
then take it off?
Or did she?
Because if she showed up and didn't have the belly, the friend would be like, what's going on?
Yeah, I know.
Just the moments leading up to that.
Yeah.
It's so tragic. And I'm just like...
I think she spent the night.
No, they said she was there the night before.
Okay.
Yeah, she had just been there the night before hanging out, and then she came back. It's just...
Did I ever tell you that I had someone at my old job who did something very similar? Like that she made up all this medical stuff. She said she had brain lesions and had gone online and taken a picture and was showing people and saying that she had that.
God.
She said that she had cancer. Part of the reason she got like fired and stuff was because she said she was going, because she said she was going to like physical therapy and stuff for like a hurt ankle, which I had a hurt ankle. I had to go to physical therapy for months.
Yeah, you did.
And that she said she was going and then she wasn't going.
Oh my God.
So she was like, the way they actually fired her, it's kind of like Al Capone. It's like the way we got him is tax evasion. The way they actually got her is like fraud on her time card.
Yes.
Like, because
is she someone that you would have thought she'd be lying about? Like,
no, she was just such a good,
like, good normal person.
A normal person.
Air quote.
She was like, oh my God, it like I'm putting this all together, but she was very Taylor. Like the moment you met her, she was so friendly to you. It's like you clicked instantly. Like she just like was the nicest person, would do anything for you.
Because they seek outside validation.
Yeah.
They just want to be, oh my God.
Yes. And then like, you know, and then, but nothing is ever their fault. It's always something's happening to them. You know, something's this, something's that. And
they always have some excuse in their back pocket.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Yes, I know.
Oh my God. Well, I'm not going to be able to show up for the next podcast because...
You're pregnant?
Yeah, I'm pregnant and I got to go have a baby. No, I'm not pregnant, people. I'm just junky.
She's like, I lost all this weight. I'm not putting a baby.
No. I worked so hard.
Well, this is Jessie.
This is Kiki.
And this is Two Girls.
One haircut.
One baby drum at a time.
Oh my God. Bye.
Bye. Hey, this is Jessie. Real quick before you go, if you aren't doing this already, please don't forget to follow us, rate us, and leave us a review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. But 5 stars only, people, because really, who needs that kind of negativity in their life? And if you've made it this far, you're basically family now. So act like it and share the episode. Okay, bye.